Hello and welcome to June's Feature of the Month. Today we're talking about Microsoft Active Directory and how you can integrate it with BlueCat using GSS-TSIG. So let's get to it. One of the most common cases I get called into is when customers want to integrate Microsoft Active Directory with BlueCat. Active Directory administrators tend to be hesitant because they think they have to use Microsoft's DNS to get the best performance out of Active Directory. However, by using Kerberos, which is a common technology between both BlueCat and Active Directory, we can perform secure updates that offer the benefits of an enterprise DNS while providing the functionality that Active Directory requires. Let's get into the demo, and first we're going to start by setting up our Windows server. For this demo, we're going to be using a Microsoft Windows 2019 server and a BlueCat BDDS server called BC Test. This server is a domain controller for the Active Directory domain bctesting.com. And so we're going to start by creating a user. So we can call this user whatever we'd like for our first and last name, but the login name needs to be the server name. So in this case, BC Test 1. We're going to click Next and set a password. In this case, I'm going to say the password never expires because it is a service account, but this can be changed to your security requirements. So now we're going to click Finish and move on to the next step, which is KTPass. To configure the SPN, which allows the BlueCat DNS server to update Active Directory's DNS records, we're going to run the KTPass command. And so there are some things to notice on the command that are important based on your environment. So we're going to type KTPass, and we're going to call the principal. And we're going to say DNS BC test 1 bctesting.com, and then we're going to put the realm in, which is in all caps for bctesting.com. That is for Kerberos, and we're going to map the user. Again, we're going to use the realm capitalization here. And we're going to set the P type, which is the principal type of KRB5_NT_principal. We're going to set the crypto at AES256. SHA-1. We're going to set the KVNO to 3, which we will need to document this and keep it for the next steps when we configure BlueCat. So we're going to put the password. And then the out. And then we'll hit enter. So now it's going to run the command and add the SPN to the Active Directory domain controller. As we can see, the password was successfully set and the user was mapped. And so now we can go look at the GSS-TSIG user, and you'll notice now it represents the SPN name that we created. As you can see here, the login name is now the SPN, and we're going to enable Kerberos 256 encryption. That completes the configuration on the Windows side. Now we'll move to the BlueCat. Now that we've prepped the Windows side, we're going to configure the BlueCat server to use that SPN that we created. So we're going to first go to Kerberos Realms, and we're going to add a Kerberos realm. So for the realm name, we are going to keep it all caps, and for the domain, we'll keep it lowercase. And so now that I've created the realm, I need to add the SPN and the KDC. So first we're going to start with the KDC. So in this case, this is my Active Directory controller and its IP address. Now we'll add the service principal. So in this case, it is DNS BC test 1. The key number is 3. We put our password that we entered in on the other command, on the ktpass command. And so now I've created my Kerberos realm, added the KDC and the service principal. Now the last step is to associate it with the server. So I'm going to click on the server. Edit and enable DNS service principal. Since I only have one, it's going to pre-populate the field, and I'm going to click update. So now the last step I have to configure on the BlueCat server is to navigate to the domain and configure the update policy. Okay, to validate that the Kerberos communication between the BDDS and the domain controller is working as expected, we need to first go to the replicated jail named etc directory, and we're going to run the following command: kinit capital VKT, the key tab file. So then we're going to put in our SPN, and the realm. And now we see authenticated to Kerberos v5, which means that the BDDS is able to authenticate its SPN in Active Directory. To complete configuration and have Windows Server register its records into BlueCat DNS, we need to take a few more steps on the Windows Server. The first step is to stop the DNS service. So what we're going to do is go to Services, the Management Console, click on Properties and set to Disabled, and then click Stop. That will prevent Windows from starting up the DNS server again. Now we're going to go to and change the DNS server. So we're going to go to the interface, Properties, change to the BlueCat server, and click Close. Now finally, to register, to force the server to register, we will just do restart service net logon, which will then force the records to be re-added or to be added to the domain. And as you can see here, there is a default update that will always fail. That's unsecured. And then you'll see another one with the T key. And so now we can navigate to our BAM and we'll see the records appear. So that is how you configure Microsoft to update BlueCat with the records using secure updates of GSS-TSIG. Thanks for joining me for June's feature of the month. I hope you enjoyed the demo of how to integrate Active Directory with BlueCat DDI. This allows you to get the power and flexibility of Active Directory with the stability and reliability of BlueCat's enterprise DNS solution. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next month.